Now on CoastTV News.
Horn havoc, the push in Ellendale to limit sounds from passing trains. Trump family trespasser, the actions by one man to reach a member of the first family.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Elisa Weber and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. Some Ellendale neighbors are sounding off about train noise and happening today. Town leaders are considering creating a train quiet zone because of it. Some neighbors say the noise has gotten worse over the last year and it even wakes them up during the middle of the night. The trains sound off at intersections due to safety regulations, but some neighbors are hopeful they can meet a compromise.
If they can't get a quiet zone from like 11 to 5 or 6, then at least see if they can't not blow it as much and as loud.
Town leaders say no final ordinance or decisions have been made yet. Tonight's town council meeting takes place at 7 o'clock. New overnight students across Delaware can shine a light on the women who've made history in the first state. The Delaware Department of Human Resources and the Office of Women's Advancement and Advocacy have launched the Voices of Inspiration student video contest. This is open to students ages 8 to 13, and the contest asks kids to create a short video about one of the women. Part of the prize includes a $100 gift card and tickets to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony in October. Also in Delaware, today state leaders will award $750,000 to 10 up-and-coming companies as a part of the EDGE grant program that's encouraging development, growth, and expansion. There are 5 winners in the STEM category who will each receive $100,000 and 5 in the entrepreneur category who will also receive $50,000 each. 2 of those businesses are from Sussex County, and that ceremony takes place at Bally's at Dover at 1:30. We are now taking a live look outside at Lewis, and our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trahey, is going to be joining us. Bob, it's sunnier and warm, but in Lewis right now, it's looking a little foggy outside, maybe because of those Canadian wildfires.
Absolutely, Elisa, and good afternoon. Indeed, the sky is not that brilliant blue color. It's a little whitish, and that's due to the smoke. You can see that on the visible satellite picture. Usually this map is black, showing us the clear skies, but we still have the smoke across areas of Delmarva and even to our west as well. We have high pressure that is moving off the coast right now, and that's turning the flow out of the south. So eventually that smoke will start to thin out as temperatures are warming into the mid to upper 70s. Already 79, Seaford, Laurel 76. Georgetown and Millsboro at 77, and even 70s at the coast, almost 80 in Rehoboth right now. Southwesterly wind on land, more southerly, more parallel to the coast, and we're looking at smoke. This is the model this afternoon. We're seeing the thicker smoke moving offshore with lower areas of smoke, and that means we're going to be looking at bluer skies into the afternoon. Not really looking at health impacts. This is staying aloft, and I think we will start to thin out that smoke as we go into the afternoon. That will allow temperatures to warm into the mid-80s in some places as we go into the afternoon hours. That smoke could linger for a time as we go into tomorrow. Otherwise, we're looking at more warm temperatures and increasing shower chances towards the weekend. More on that in my full forecast a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob. This morning, teachers in Worcester County are expressing disappointment after commissioners approved the fiscal year 2026 budget. It was a contentious 4-3 vote that left the school system $1 million short of its request for a new salary package. Teachers say it jeopardizes a much-needed $4,000 raise, but the commissioners voting in favor of the new budget say it is fiscally responsible and in the best interest of taxpayers.
To not fund this on the backs of our employees and to take the money and put it elsewhere is unfathomable for me because it should be there.
We're funding the education budget to quite an extent. They're getting, like I said here at the meeting, they're getting a 7% increase on the Board of Education budget.
The Teachers Association now has to renegotiate with the Board of Education. The Indian River School District second referendum is just 1 day away. This comes after the first referendum in March was defeated by over 600 votes. The referendum is asking voters to approve $22.5 million in additional funding to cover rising operating costs and maintain competitive staff salaries. Be ready to vote Thursday, June 5th. Polls open from 7 a.m. and are open until 8 p.m. This just in, a Texas man is being accused of trespassing at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate overnight. The Secret Service says they detained 23-year-old Anthony Reyes after he allegedly scaled a perimeter fence at the property. He allegedly made comments about the president's 18-year-old granddaughter. telling police that he wanted to marry Kai. Reyes was previously arrested and accused of trespassing at that property on New Year's Eve last year. It's an important day for President Trump's tariffs. Steel and aluminum duties are doubling, and the White House says its deadline is today for countries submitting proposed trade deals. Amy Kiley shows us while the president promises the U.S. will thrive due to its economic actions, some U.S. business leaders and investors appear less confident.
The president expects good deals, and we are on track for that.
The White House says it wants countries to submit their best offers for trade deals by today. That says the 90-day pause on so-called reciprocal tariffs is set to end July 9th. Some experts question whether the Trump administration can secure numerous trade agreements before then.
Well, the challenge here is, of course, that it is not easy to just quickly make a trade deal. The trade deals are not only about the tariffs on goods. It's also about non-tariff barriers. It's also services. It's also all kinds of other things.
Also today, President Donald Trump is doubling tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. That brings those duties to 50%. Trump says encouraging domestic production of those metals is a matter of national security. A trade group called the Can Manufacturers Institute warns raising the tariff on steel could raise prices at grocery stores. Another new trade warning is from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Its new outlook predicts a 1.2 percentage point slowdown in U.S. GDP growth this year compared to last year, plus another dip down the road. It also forecasts a 0.4 percentage point hit globally for 2025.
It's quite important that countries get together, see what are their grievances against each other, and get an agreement to lower trade barriers.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Coming up after the break, lunch debt diminishes. We'll tell you how a neighboring community is coming together to help pay the fees at Cape Henlopen School District. The Cape Henlopen School District is thanking the Milton Community Foundation for helping local students in need. According to the district, the foundation recently donated $2,000 to help pay down student lunch debt. In a letter to the organization, Cape Henlopen's Child Nutrition Services said the contribution brings them one step closer to eliminating more than $26,000 in total debt. And an update this morning on a playground project in Salisbury. A ribbon cutting for new upgrades at Doverdale Park is taking place this week after delays. You can see some of that new equipment right here on your screen. The city says that event will take place tomorrow, June 5th.
We're seeing hazy, smoky skies in Lewis right now, 81 degrees on the Tunnel and Razor Cam, and temperatures rising a couple more degrees into the afternoon. We've got the warmth, we've got the smoky conditions, which gradually improve today with summer-like warmth in place and increasing humidity. It stays warm into the weekend with increasing showers and thunderstorms, maybe as early as Friday. Our umbrella winner is Susan Spas from Lewis. Congratulations to her. From Paul Davis and Coast TV, your full forecast is coming up next. It's definitely feeling like early summer across Delmarva, or at least early June. It's meteorological summer with temperatures into the 80s with increasing humidity as well. And we're still seeing the smoky skies right now. This is a live look at the Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera, 76 degrees, and we're looking at temperatures into the low to maybe mid 80s as we go into the afternoon hours. Let's track that smoke. Now, the last 24 hours, we've been seeing this orange and red color over the top of us. I think this will start to slide to the east as we go through time. That means we're going to thin out the smoke, which is aloft. I think we're not seeing any surface effects at all from this. So as far as health issues, it really shouldn't be a problem as we're seeing the smoke beginning to thin out as we go into this afternoon and evening, meaning the sky should be bluer as we go through that time period. But I don't think we're done with the smoke yet, because then we go into Thursday morning, you start to see the orange colors moving back in, but we're also going to see clouds increasing too. So it may not be as dramatic, but still a little smoky into the evening hours, and we finally get rid of this smoke, I think, as we go into Thursday evening. Air quality alerts around the Philly area, back into New Jersey and southeast PA because of the ozone and some of that smoke in the urban areas. And we're looking at warm conditions with a Bermuda high moving offshore. That's the case today through Friday with a surge of warmth and humidity. Temperatures into the 80s, feeling a little warmer than that with the humidity. And actual temperatures now upper 70s, already 80 in Seaford, Georgetown 77. Millsboro 78, Willard 79, and even warm at the beaches. 80 in Rehoboth, 78 in Bethany Beach. I'm sure the beaches are busy today. Southerly breeze at the coast with a southwesterly wind inland areas. And we're still looking at some areas of smoke out there. You see on the visible satellite picture, anywhere we see that little shade of white, that's indicating some of the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Also more of that back to the west. But once again, that will start to thin out as we have high pressure sliding away and our winds do start to pick up from the south and west. An interesting system over Florida right now with showers and thunderstorms. It has a very low chance of turning into a tropical system. It is hurricane season after all, but I think this will be tracking up along the southeast coast, giving the Carolinas a lot of rain and maybe just skimming us with some showers. But this afternoon, more in the way of blue skies and sunshine. Low to mid 80s inland with 70s and even 80s at the coast. 2 p.m. 85 in Millsboro, 84 in Delmarva, and very warm as we go into the evening hours. Clear early on this evening, then increasing clouds, I think, overnight, and that will keep temperatures up as we go into tomorrow morning into the mid 60s. And with cloud cover tomorrow, I think that'll put a cap on the really hot temperatures. I think we're looking at mid 80s with mostly cloudy skies. And then Friday, this particular model showing clouds and even some showers, maybe thunderstorms, and temperatures only in the 60s. So we'll see about that. But right now I'm thinking 80s as we're looking at the muggy meter getting more muggy to humid and very humid as we go into the weekend and early next week. By Friday, we'll be seeing that system I was just talking about off the southeast coast. I think that'll be missing us to the south and east, while that other model had a few showers. Definitely more showers and storms on Saturday with the cold front, and then still maybe some lingering showers on into your Sunday. Today, we're looking at 85 in Georgetown and Seaford, 84 in Laurel, 76 in Rehoboth, 82 in Lewis with the hazy sunshine. Easton 84 for you, Federalsburg 85, Vienna 83, and Salisbury 84, but cooler 74 in Ocean City, Chincoteague 77. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, mid 80s right through the rest of the week. More clouds Thursday. I have added showers Friday, some showers and storms Saturday, lingering showers Sunday in the lower 80s, not a washout, and more lower 80s next weekend. More showers and storms by Tuesday.
Thank you, Bob. Coming up tonight on DSN at 7:30, it's a pro hockey replay, and then you can catch the final score at 10:30. And here's what's coming up this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
We may be halfway through the week, but we've got plenty more fun for you today on Coast Life. Maybe you've been standing around in your kitchen and thinking, it's time for some new countertops. Well, we've got your one-stop shop.
Plus, we're taking you to the movies, and you're not even going to have to leave the comfort of your own home for this one. We're breaking down the movie Mountainhead.
And if you're looking for a good meal in Ocean City, we know that there's plenty to choose from, but maybe you're channeling the luck of the Irish for your next meal. We've got the perfect place for that, too. All of that fun and more is coming up today at 4 on Coast Life. We will see you there.
Happening today, the Camp Rehoboth Outreach Program, known as CROP, will begin a 2-day food drive for the Food Bank of Delaware. Organizers say voters will be collecting non-perishable donations from today through tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This will happen outside the Camp Rehoboth Community Center on Baltimore Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. The most needed items include canned meats, vegetables, cereal, grains, and healthy snacks. The 39th annual Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics Delaware kicks off June 11th. It involves nearly 800 troopers from across the state. This is video from that event last year. Delaware State Police say the event spans 3 days and multiple legs. Officers will carry the torch, honoring athletes with intellectual disabilities. And some key stops include Rehoboth Beach and Dover's Legislative Mall. Coming up after the break, Dad Day dollars, the record projected for Father's Day. How much is the average person expected to spend? According to the National Retail Federation, spending on Father's Day is expected to reach $24 billion. That's a record and way up from last year's $22.4 billion. Of the 8,200 survey respondents, the average person plans to drop $200 this Father's Day, and that is Sunday, June 15th. Now to Bethany Beach, where the town is one step closer to pedestrian safety improvements on Coastal Highway. Tuesday, DelDOT held its final public workshop discussing the North Bethany Bicycle and Pedestrian Corridor Study. The study is looking at improvements like new sidewalks, dedicated right turn lanes, and more risk-free pedestrian crosswalks. Also, there's the possibility of installing barriers separating bike lanes and the roadway.
People are afraid to be out there because of the high-speed cars and an ability to slow the cars down, and the future prospects of putting in a physical barrier would make people much more comfortable to walk and ride bikes up and down Route 1.
One of the major improvements already done as a part of this project was lowering the speed limit around the Indian River Inlet Bridge.
We're taking a live look right now at the Indian River Inlet Bridge on the gutter helmet cam and showing hazy sunshine out there right now. Temperature around 80, rising a couple more degrees, so a good looking beach day as conditions gradually improve today. With warm temperatures, the smoke will start to go away, but we're looking at increasing showers and storms into the upcoming weekend, maybe beginning on Friday. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. The number is 443-880-9100 for your latest forecast. Sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next. If you're outdoors for an extended period of time this afternoon, make sure you have the sunscreen, the higher SPF sunscreen, and stay hydrated with water as we're still looking at hazy, smoky skies and temperatures inland rising, I think, into the mid-80s this afternoon, even some 80s at the beaches with a south-southwesterly breeze, and looking pretty good this evening as well with clear skies. Should be a beautiful sunset with some of that smoke remaining. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 85 Thursday, more in the way of clouds. I have added some showers on Friday. 84, and it looks like some of those showers linger into the weekend. Showers and storms Saturday. Won't be raining all day. 81, maybe some lingering showers on Sunday. Lower 80s into early next week. Another chance of storms Tuesday. Then it dries out and warms up again into the mid-80s by Thursday into Friday. Looking a lot like summer, Elisa, on that 10-day forecast.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. And don't forget to join us for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Have a great day.